Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Before I start, just a very quick intro. The observant among you will have noticed some changes to the channel logos and thumbnails. Trying to get a little bit better at this YouTube thing, so hopefully that comes through in the quality. And on that subject, if you get something out of the content, if you enjoy it or you are informed, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe. It helps me very much. Thank you very much. So I wanted to give an update on the video I made earlier today around Maticstaker and just trying to work out how much life it has left in it. And after that video, I just wanted to double check myself to make sure that I wasn't being overly pessimistic or misreading the signs and I guess creating panic for no reason. So I just wanted to track the progress of Matic 1 for the last few hours, over the last 24 hours, to see that total staked number changed and the contract balance change. So as of this morning, my last video, I recorded that the total stake had increased, and the contract balance had dropped by 300,000 Matic. That was 12 a.m. around midnight, my local time, and it's now nearly midnight again, and so this has just been updated at about 11:15 p.m. So I've got about 24 hours of data in between this time frame. So if you look at what that tells us, essentially 655,000 Matic has gone into the contract. That's new investments and reinvestments, which to me is a mind-boggling amount of money that people are continuing to pump into Maticstaker at the last minute. And you know, it goes without saying, I think that none of those people are actually going to see any return on their investment, because in the same period of time, the contract balance has dropped 533,000 Matic. And essentially what that means is at this stage, for 24 hours, in order to keep Maticstaker alive for one more day, you need over 1 million Matic. So basically, the sum of these two, which comes out to about 1,100,088 Matic, which is the total of these two put together, is how much is needed in new money to come onto the contract each day, just to pay the withdrawals and the returns that people are making on Maticstaker. So it's completely not sustainable. It hasn't been sustainable for, well, it's by nature an ROI app, and they're not sustainable. But we're right at the end times, basically, of Maticstaker. So the last day, the contract balance has dropped by over 500,000 Matic, despite 655,000 Matic coming onto the contract. So if you just take a linear view of that, if assuming that, say, people continue to get somewhere around the same amount coming onto the contract each day, and still the contract goes down by the same amount. If you took that assumption, you get a days remaining of about 5.83, so just under 6 days worth of life remaining in Matic. But I don't think this is an accurate calculation for a number of reasons. The first being, if I just show you the ROI DAPP sustainability spreadsheet that I've been talking about on my last couple of videos. Not looking at the figures here, this is just an arbitrary figure, but if you have a look at the ROI DAPP kind of general curve, the red line here is assuming you just get a consistent amount invested into the smart contract on a daily basis. The green line shows what the contract balance looks like. So this kind of life cycle is going to be in place regardless of what kind of ROI app you have, or regardless of I guess all of the intricacies. The only thing that's going to be different is how steep is this curve, and how much life it has left. And that's really a function of that daily return. So if the daily return here was 20%, you'll see that life of the ROI app is much shorter. But regardless, the path that they follow is the same. So you start with basically a slow increase in the total contract balance, and that plateaus for much of the contract. So over this period of time, half of the contract balance is just kind of within a fairly narrow range, half of the contract time, and then down in this last quarter, whatever that period of time might be, it will drop fairly quickly, down to zero basically. So once you start seeing that contract balance drop, it will drop quickly, and it will drop even more quickly than it has the previous day. So as I showed you today, it's dropped down to over 500,000 MATIC, and tomorrow it should actually drop down more, and the next day even more. The only thing would stop that is that you'd get increasingly more new money coming onto the contract, which I think is pretty unlikely as people see that contract balance drop. So my realistic prediction is that it will last, not even last this 5.83 days. I'm guessing somewhere in between 3 or 4 days, which that it's the end of Sunday night right now, just at the end of the 6th of March. That would put the end of it local Sydney time here somewhere around Wednesday the 9th or Thursday the 10th of March. That's where I'm seeing based on these numbers. And look, to add to it, you will have seen on the Maticstaker page, these daily earnings have been steadily growing, and they finally, just today, they've hit the 20% daily mark. And this seems to be a design feature. Basically, what that's there to do is to incentivize people to put money on the platform. So maybe people have been holding out for the daily earning percentage to go higher, or maybe people have are just blinded by these figures. You've got 20% there, going to make 1100% return on my investment, going to throw my money in. Maybe that's why we're seeing such high daily investment on an ROI app that is about to fail. So my advice is, don't look at these numbers. They're not sustainable in any way, but they're basically there to get you to put money into the app and lose it. I think, as I've mentioned before, I've got a little bit of money on this in Maticstaker. My returns hit in 5 days and 11 hours. So I'm not incentivized at all to be telling people about this, but I'm just putting the information out there. You put money into Maticstaker, it's my belief based on these figures that you're not going to get it back. You're not going to last these 14 days. I don't think we're going to last 7. And as I said, I think we're going to last from today probably 3 or 4 days if we're lucky. The increased returns that have been happening, the effect there is only to decrease the time, the time that this app is going to survive. So I think we're in the final few days, and it's not going to survive the week. So I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you think that I'm way off the mark here. I've seen people in some comment sections say, "Oh no, Maticstaker is going to last a few more weeks," which it's pretty laughable. I think those people are just trying to get more people to put their money into this thing, knowing that essentially they're going to take it from them if it survives just another day or two. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is all my own opinion and my own analysis, and I hope it's been helpful. We'll see you in the next video.